The Cat in the Hat live action film from 2003, directed by Bo Welch and the spirit of Wes Anderson, was a generational zeitgeist, and it would ripen only 20 years later. It quite possibly shaped postmodern comedy, banal, absurd, and ADHD poison. This unholy creation quite possibly helped push Dr. Seuss into his early grave. Critique reviews received the film poorly, casting it as a piece of utter garbage with a 10% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. This, I feel like, is a complete oversight from the critics, who have no idea what they are talking about. While the audience reviews it as a 2.8 stars on Letterboxd, understanding that this film is a comedy and not a faithful reenactment of the book. Dr. Seuss sold his soul to become the most famous children's book author and brought the nightmare creature to life, trapping Mike Myers within the hairy prison of the cat. This movie exists in the subconscious of souls who'd watched it as children and lives forever in the minds of adults who are not prepared to watch it with a fully developed frontal lobe. The film takes place in a garish, surreal 1960s pastiche suburbia, inspired by Dr. Seuss's aesthetic, and brought to life by extras, real people who exist among us, who have played in the titular Cat in the Hat 2003 live-action film. These people have survived, and will tell you about the time they were in the presence of the Cat in the Hat. The cat in the Cat in the Hat is a trickster demon, a spirit who manifests without transgression or omen. Ordinarily, for a monster to manifest, one must transgress, either breaking an ancient pharaoh's sacred condom, which then follows is an omen, a hint that something supernatural has happened and the people will suffer grave consequences. In the film, all that is required is the lack of responsible adult supervision, a rainy day, 2 kids, and a goldfish. The hatted cat defies the procedure, making him possibly one of the most powerful and non-malevolent demons unbound by the seal of Solomon. His magic allows him to summon items and apparel and parallel versions of himself to serve for his dark purposes. In addition, he can extend his magic to others, such as the goldfish, to balance the ontological scales of chaos and order. Things 1 and 2, the latter differentiating themselves with nicknames such as Thing A, Super Thing, Thing King, King Kid, Kid Dynamite, Chocolate Thunder, and Ben, are demonic servants. But they do not obey the cat, because a cosmological nature is aligned with chaos, escalating the mess in the house, one of the primary conflicts of the film. Cat's nature is determined metalogically. Because the film is a children's comedy romp, the cat is restrained by the genre. If Cat in the Hat was a film with only adults, the cat would be free to choose what to inflict onto them. Violence or chaotic ADHD poison comedy. His power is proportional to the present situation and will create the most chaos. Example, how many steering wheels does a car need? Answer, as many as there are people in the vehicle. The children direct the cat and his dark magics to defeat Larry Quinn, who wishes to marry the children's protagonist's mother for her money. It is a feminist tale prescribing the means of witchcraft to defeat F-tier male, a slob who pretends to be a successful businessman seeking a sugar mommy. The Cat in the Hat is a film that demands your full attention. It is a film you cannot bang with in the background. Otherwise, your significant other will grab your honkers, call them things 1 and 2, and suck them pepperoni nips off until they fly off into the kitchen and land onto a ready-to-bake pizza. It is a film which Yorgos Lanthimos was born too early to direct. The 9/11 hijackers were too dead to see, and the 2008 recession was contingent on. The Cat in the Hat is one of the best comedies of the early 2000s, and Dr. Seuss can kick rocks in his grave. That's all.